Part could move up a couple of pops on the table, but he is going to absolutely have to play a blinder against the machine.
Yes, we should say that Wade is the form man in the league at the moment. He's certainly been unbeaten in his last 6 matches after a pretty indifferent start, a draw and a defeat against Birmingham King. But since then, Wade has looked the goods. And John Part, who in past competitions hasn't exactly set the Premier League on fire, is battling hard here to try and sneak into the top 4 and get into the playoffs.
Yeah, by far his best performance when in Belfast, when Part beat Martle 8-1.
41.
Last week lost 8-3 to Taylor. Good average, 95. I think he's going to need an average between 95 and 105 to handle Wade. Well, look at what the last dart did.
Well, he's hit the traps pretty quickly, John Parts, and Wade, who can take a leg or so to settle into his stride, but when he does start playing, you can see the style and elegance and eloquence of this left-hander.
Only one loss in the league so far. He'd won a King in Edinburgh. And remember, the Scots fans outside were wildly pro Barney. Be interesting to see later how the Brummagem feel about Barney.
60.
Nice attempt by Jims, come around the wide side there.
26.
John Part with his Star Wars walk-on, a few space monsters in the crowd, but they'll be looking for a monster performance from Part, and he'll need one to hang on to this kid. But Part in command in this opening leg, but signs that Wade is finding his range.
Well, if he's doubling as accurate as that last start, Party won't be partying in half an hour. Fat 20. Double 16, first blood, hold the darts. Lovely dart!
Yes, and John Part, well, he's an old campaigner. His nerve held there as Wade came hurtling from behind to try and snatch the first leg, but it's Wade with the darts now. And the placard Picasso's in good form here in Birmingham by the canals.
So, art illusion, as well as local accents by Dave Lannon, who only been gone in 3.5 minutes. By the banks of the canal here, but once muckle loads of metal floated northeast, west and south from the Black Country.
Yeah. The word is there are more miles of canals in and around Birmingham than there are in Venice, Sid. Didn't expect to hear that kind of information in the darts transmission.
So we're going back to the hotel with a bloke singing one cornetto while we give.
81.
And look at this crowd. Absolutely terrific.
Well, they love their sport here. Love their football. Love going down to their cricket.
Well, that was unlucky for the second treble from Wade, but he's got a little bit in hand here as Part trails back on 247. Needs a 180 here.
Absolutely brilliant last week, Wade, on his doubling. Up to 80% for 2/3 of the match.
47.
Hamad Martle 8-3.
85.
Double top. Mile away.
Game shot in the second
well,
leg.
the first dart was in the eyeliner, but the second dart was in the lipstick.
Lovely. Part looking much more composed than he was last week. Hamad 8-3 by Taylor with Bonnie Brighton, despite a very creditable 95 average.
45.
Like that one there. There's a placard saying "Dad cabs." Wonder if he gives tips to the driver.
100.
Just seems to be a really iron resolve about John Park this evening. Sometimes we've seen he can be a little cavalier in his attitude, but tonight he really looks like he means business, and he will need to be at his best to hang on to James Wade.
Well, of course, one of the Musketeers was called D'Artagnan.
140. 85. Don't you require 124?
Doesn't have to finish here. Wade back on 275, so Park will be happy just to leave himself the double, which he does.
Needs plenty of them here. Can Parts on the one darter for the lead. Massive difference between them in the league.
Well, that is the double, and that is the dart, and that is John Park into a 2-1 lead here.
Nicely weighted dart. That begs want to go in. Lovely follow-up. Usually follows up into the barrel of the marker. Superb last dart by James Wade.
Been a very steady old start from the 3 times former world champion John Park, averaging just under a ton, just over a ton now, and checking out at 100% and hitting a 180 here. And Park is at very close to his best.
And James replies with, oh, magic! Oh, game on now! He knew Park, the 95, which what he put up against Taylor at Brighton, would not be enough against this man. Knew he needed between 105 and 108. He's on 103. James, we knew, was due 104 to 108. Game on, folks, yeah. No bother at all. Vintage darts.
Oh, the second dart won't score, of course. It's got to be in the board. The moment of retrieval just seemed to be lacking impetus. It's only a 1 though, Sid.
James, remember, win or a draw goes above King.
57.
So it's a hokey-cokey night here in Birmingham. That top spot could be in, out, shaking it all about. Double 1. It's got to watch the flight here, Dave. Redbit.
81.
This would be quite a riposte from Park. 164, needs 2 big trebles.
Finally. Trying to level it up.
52.
Double 10. James Wade hitting doubles for fun last week.
And that's